What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Grillin and Chillin. I'm Sean, I'm your host, and today is all about what I like to call dude food. We're going to be doing something really simple. If you think that you can't cook, I'm going to show you that you really can cook something delicious and you can impress people. So today's episode is cheesesteaks. I'm going to show you how to make a simple, quick, and easy delicious cheesesteak my way, along with a side of air fried potato wedges that are absolutely delicious. So sit back, relax, grab a pencil and a piece of paper, write this down, because I'm going to give you some step-by-step instructions on how you can make some delicious dude food even if you think you can't cook. It's grilling and chilling time. All right, let's start off with some basics here on what you're gonna need to get your delicious cheesesteak started. So first of all, you're gonna need some really good quality, thinly shaved beef. And when I say thin, I mean so thin it only has one side. Look at that. So this is sirloin. You can get top round or whatever. I like sirloin. Next ingredient, peppers. You can't have a cheesesteak unless you have onions and peppers, right? I hate onions. I hate onions. So I'm not going to have onions on my cheesesteak, but I am going to have peppers. And I chose this delicious yellow bell pepper. Now all you got to do is, I'm only cooking for one, okay? So you got to adjust your ingredients here. So I took half of a yellow sweet bell pepper and just cut it into strips. I cut off all the pulp and de-seeded it, and I put it in my little container here, and that's what I'm going to cook with. And of course, you got to have some provolone cheese to go along with all this, and your spices, your salt and your pepper, and you got to have a hot ass griddle. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is make sure nothing sticks to your griddle. So I like to use Pam. So I'm going to spray my hot griddle. Woo! See, look at that. I'm going to spray it with some Pam. Next thing we're going to do, let me get my camera set up here. Hope you can see this all right, everybody. Adjust my camera angle a little bit. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to start off. The peppers take a little bit longer to cook than the steak because the steak is so thin. So turn down that heat just a little bit, okay? And then you're going to put your peppers on, and you're going to let those start cooking until they're almost translucent. And it doesn't take long, trust me. So you just want to keep moving them around a little bit until they get almost translucent. And you can see, look at that, look how quick that's happening right there. Super quick. You know why? Because I heated my griddle up super hot to start off with to get it really hot, and then I turned it down right before I threw the peppers on there, and you can see, look at that. So some people like to cook the steak and the peppers together, some people don't. Now I'm only gonna cook enough of this steak just for one person. I'm not gonna cook everything. So I'm just cooking enough to make one sandwich with. And I want to make it a really nice and juicy, delicious sandwich. Now that I've got it going, I'm going to take some pepper. And I'm going to put my pepper on there, pepper enough to your taste. Then we're going to do the same thing with a little salt. This is sea salt. So I got some sea salt and some freshly cracked pepper there. And now we're just griddling up this cheesesteak. Look at how soft those peppers are getting. Meat is getting done super quick because why? It's thin. And this is what's going to make for an excellent, delicious cheesesteak. Cook it to however done you like. It's totally up to you. All right. My meat's done. It's just that quick. So I'm gonna take my meat off. Actually, I gotta let it cook just a little bit longer. I still got a little pink in there. I want to get some of that out. It is just about done. Look at how soft the peppers are getting. And you want them to be super soft. You still want them to have a little bit of crunch, but not like a carrot or anything like that, right? Now you see a lot of people when they're grilling, they mash down on their meat with their spatula. You don't really want to do that because you squeeze a lot of juices out. I just kind of did it to get a little bit of a sear on that. So my meat's done, so I'm going to take it off. I'm going to let my peppers continue to cook for just a little bit longer, just a couple of minutes, not very long at all. Bring those peppers down over here, let them cook. And we're going to have the pièce de résistance here in just a few minutes. But man, this is quick, this is easy. You can cook this inside, you can cook it outside. It doesn't matter. The name of this show's Grillin and Chillin, so we do everything outside here, right? Or at least most of it anyway. So, thinking my peppers are just about done. Now turn the heat way down on this. As a matter of fact, I want to turn it down a little bit more. Notice I didn't put any seasoning on my peppers because all the seasoning goes into the meat. All right, so I'm going to take the peppers off. I'm going to show you what's happening here in a second, why I'm doing all this. So, I've got my griddle turned completely off at this point. Now, I'm just going to let it sit for a minute, and what you can't see, thanks to the camera, is I'm mixing up my peppers and my meat, okay? Oh yeah, okay, that's getting cool. So, here's what we're gonna do now. I've got my provolone cheese right here. We're gonna melt the cheese onto everything else. So you're gonna throw it down on the griddle, and you're gonna make a little, like, boat out of it, like that. We're gonna take our 2 slices of provolone cheese. We're gonna lay over it, and oh, here comes some magic, boys. Look at that. You're gonna cover it up, let it steam up in there for just a little bit. And you're gonna see the magic of the pot. Now, while I got that going, I'm gonna take my delicious hoagie bun right here, soft. I'm gonna put it on the griddle as well. Come on, baby, there you go. Look at this. Just flip that off. That all melty cheese everywhere. That is delicious. I don't like to toast my bun a lot. Pun intended. I'm gonna let that sit for just a little bit more and let that cheese melt, let the bun toast. Now I've got everything kind of toasted up like I want to. Just kind of grab that up, slap it onto my hoagie roll here. It'd be great if you had 2 spatulas. My budget for this show's low, so I can't afford an extra spatula. So I have to deal with 1. Woohoo. Can't get it. This is how you burn yourself. There you go. So now I've got a cheesesteak all done. That's delicious. So they're on my hoagie roll. And then we're going to go inside and I'm going to show you about the side dish with the potato wedges. It's going to be delicious. Can't wait to show you all that. So right about now, you may be wondering to yourself, why are you inside when the title of this show is Grillin and Chillin? Because you can't grill inside. Well, it's because I'm going to show you how to take these potatoes and turn them into some delicious potato wedges. All right, so the first step in this is you want to get 2 decent sized baking potatoes. What I like to do is I like to try to get potatoes that are pretty equal in size and shape, although that's hard to do with potatoes. And you want to make sure that you wash the skins off really good, pat them dry, and then you're simply going to take your knife and you're going to cut these potatoes and make 4 wedges out of each potato. So make sure your knife is good and sharp. There you go. Try to make the potato wedges as equal as in size as you possibly can. And if you don't like the big potato wedges, then you can simply take these and cut them into smaller wedges just by doing this right here. If I can get it to where you can see it. You just cut them into a little bit smaller wedges like that, which is really what I like to do. Set that off to the side there. So when you do that, you make yourself 8 potato wedges. Now, since I am by myself, I am only going to be doing 1 potato wedge, or excuse me, 1 potato to make my wedges. If I had other people, if I was cooking for more than just one, I would do both potatoes. But you kind of get the idea from there. Next up, you want to get the rest of your, assemble the rest of your ingredients. So you need a large bowl. Then you need your spices and your oil. So in this cup I have approximately 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And then in here I have several spices that are mixed together. I don't know how well you can see that there. So I have 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of dried parsley, 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that in the bowl. Start off with 1/2, and I take my oil, drizzle my oil into the bottom of the bowl. And you don't have to use a bowl as large as this if you got a smaller bowl. And then we're going to get my sophisticated whisk right here. Whisk all that together in the bottom of this bowl. And then I'm going to take the rest of my spices. I'm going to sprinkle them in there. Mix it up one more time so you get a good mixture of stuff. And I just realized that I forgot to put my pepper in, so I'm going to put a little bit of fresh ground pepper in there, mix it up again, make sure to incorporate all that in there. So there's what it looks like mixed up. Then you're just going to take your potato wedges and you're going to coat them as best as you possibly can, making sure that all of your potato wedges are as coated on all sides, top, bottom sides, with the mixture. And you got to get your hands in there, get it all on the potato wedges, because you want to get all of that covering everything. Now, thanks to the power of editing, I have all of my potato wedges coated in the mixture. Doesn't that look delicious? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these tongs and I'm going to put them in my air fryer basket. And we're going to cook these for, or should I say air fry these at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. Then at the end of those 10 minutes, I'm going to take my tongs here and I'm going to flip my potato wedges. I'm going to cook them for an additional 5 minutes. So you've got 15 minutes worth of cooking time in your air fryer. Now I have a small basket, so I'm not going to be able to cook all of these at once. So I'm going to have to do it in batches. I'm going to cook 4 at a time, because as you can see, that's about all I can fit in there. And then I'll show you the end results when they're all done. But back inside now, the first batch of the potato wedges are done. Look at those crispy, delicious potato wedges. Get them over here in the light so you can see them a little better. Look at that. That looks absolutely awesome. I can't wait to taste them. I got my cheesesteak over here. Put a little mayo on it. You know, cheesesteak purists will probably not like that, but I don't care. I told you, this is my way, my method of making cheesesteaks. So next up is plating and then the taste test. All right, I got everything plated. Here is the finished product. My delicious cheesesteak, Sean style. Homemade potato wedges. Got some mayo. Can't have a sandwich without mayo. Some ketchup for dipping. Let's give this the old taste test. Let's see how this turns out. See what a big mess I can make. Get a napkin here. All right, this is a lot of cheesesteak right here. All right, here we go. Oh my God! Oh my God. Yeah, that's good. That meat is tender and it's cooked all the way through. Because I put the peppers on first and I cooked them longer, they're almost translucent and they're very, very soft, but yet still retain a little bit of that crunch. Great flavor. Most people say it's not really a cheesesteak unless you put onions on it. Like I said, I hate onions, can't stand them, so I'm not going to do it on my cheesesteak. But I got the peppers. That sweetness of that yellow bell pepper just adds a little bit of extra kick up there. Let's try my potato wedges. They're still a little hot. See how I burn myself. Can't have potato wedges without ketchup. Oh yeah. Mmm. The outside is crispy, yet the inside is soft like a baked potato. All those spices on there, especially the paprika and the chili powder with the pepper, just adds just a hint of heat to it, but it's not so much that if you're not a chili head that you wouldn't enjoy it. So I can't wait to dig in to this. So I'm going to eat. That's it for this episode of Grillin and Chillin. Short episode, but once again, it was a quick and easy way to show you, even if you think you can't cook, yes you can. This is dude food. There's no veggies in dude food. Why would you want a vegetable in a dude food? It's just meat and potatoes and bread, baby. You can do it. It's that simple. I just showed you. I'm Sean. I'm gonna go eat. Thanks for watching.